Welcome to the Mystery Mouse podcast. My name is Holly, and I'm coming to you from Colorado, where I live with my husband and my 5 kids and our many pets. And today is Friday, February 11th, 2022. So I hope you're all doing well. I'm just here to do a little check-in about my knitting and other things that I'm working on. And I also have an exciting announcement that I'm excited to tell you about. So, but I'm going to start with, do I have any finished objects? I don't think I have any finished objects. I have a almost finished object that I can show you, which is in my little Sandy by the Lakeside bag, my bunny bag. In previous episodes, I have this very scary looking needle here. In previous episodes, I talked about how I had these socks for my husband out of Patton's Croy, and it's the 70s stripes colorway. That was, I only had like this much of the foot done, and I was afraid I was going to run out of yarn because I had just a tiny bit left. Well, I finished that sock. My husband hold up the palm of his hand where the foot started, and I went to how long it was going to be for his toes, and I think I just had enough, so I kind of did maybe like one extra round on the toe. I don't know, I'm not really very precise about these things, but I just did the toe in a contrast fingering weight yarn. It was one of my minis from the Carnival of Color Club that I get every month from Row 1 Yarn. I will try to link to it below. I'm going to try to do more links. Just gotta do it. But anyway, so this was the whole skein of yarn up to here. So I don't know why there seemed to be less yarn in this skein than normal, because usually I have some left over for one sock. But anyway, I cast on for the next sock. I'm not sure if I'm done casting on. I was doing this in the car. So I always cast on one. I assume this is normal. I always cast on 1 DPN and then just split it up. So this is the second sock. It's not even a mustache yet. It's just a line. But I'm really happy to be knitting a sock again because, I don't know, I feel like for knitters, for every knitter, they seem to be either in a sock mood or a garment mood. And because you see people just churning out socks, usually those people are also not churning out sweaters, or like they might be working on one sweater slowly. And it's usually the other way around too. If you see people who are just churning out sweaters, they don't seem to be knitting socks very much, or it's just like when they're out and about project. So this is my out and about project. I'm in a garment phase right now, but I hope to knit more socks because I don't know, I just kind of miss it. So that's what I'm doing there. But I am really happy to get that done. Sort of done. Oh, today I'm drinking out of this Beauty and the Beast mug. This is a mug that my husband got for me from the Hallmark store, I think a few years ago. And I love it because it has my favorite Mrs. Potts. She is my absolute favorite Disney character. Just drinking some water. But that was my mug for the day. Oh, I am wearing my finished object. What am I thinking? I guess it's just that I finished this a little while ago. I finished the sleeves on my ice cream sweater, and that's what I'm calling it. It's not a real pattern. I made this pattern up. It's just a top-down raglan, and I did garter stitch sleeves and a stockinette body, and I used 10-gram minis and white silk mohair, and so it's super fuzzy and very warm, and I'm wearing a shirt under it. I think I could wear it by itself. I don't think it's too itchy or anything, but I just like wearing shirts under sweaters. So anyway, I love it. I'll try to put in a photo or a little video of me so you can see the whole thing, because there's not a lot of room for me to stand up back here, but anyway, I just kind of did a rainbow. I started with like a neutral, and then I went into like pink and I just tried to go down the rainbow, and it ended with a neutral. This is sort of a pinky neutral, but I thought it was so pretty. So I'm so happy to have this done. This was on my needles for like probably over 2 years, at least 2 years. And because I stopped working on it when I got pregnant in 2020, at the end of 2020. So it feels so good to have it done and be able to wear it. And I'll tell ya, it's really encouraged me to get going on these sleeves. You know, I still have several sweaters that are done except for the sleeves. I have one that you have not yet seen that needs just one sleeve, but it's a fingering weight sweater, so I was like, but I think I'm gonna tackle that one soon, but not yet. Because what I'm working on right now, sleeve-wise, and really, can you work on more than one set of sleeves at a time? I don't know. Is this is Teddy's sweater. He is just breathing down my neck for me to get this done. So I finished his sleeve, and he tried it on, and he's like, Mom, if I grow any, it's gonna be like up to here. And I think he feels very self-conscious about that. So I am going to take out the bind off and knit another inch of the cuff and call it good. But then I got to do the other one. So the nice thing about this sweater is because it's stripy, I just did the decreases, and I think I took the numbers for this sweater from the flax, even though it's more of a bulky weight than a worsted weight. The Flax by Tin Can Knits, which is a free pattern. Everybody has knit this pattern. If you are a new garment knitter, this is the sweater to start with, because it starts with baby size, like newborn baby, and it goes all the way up to big human person. And it's a great pattern. And really, like, they have little drawings and stuff that show you how it's supposed to go and like exactly what you're knitting on and stuff. So anyway, highly recommend. But since I didn't even pay attention to where the decreases were supposed to be. I just like did a decrease right after the stripe, on each stripe. And then when I was getting down like past the elbow, I had him tried on and it was past his elbow and it was still pretty fat. So I just did two, like I did like one kind of right after the white stripe and then one kind of right before the white stripe. And so I think it worked out good. And then I did a little bit more of a rapid decrease. I just think I decreased like maybe 7 stitches or 5 stitches or something around before I started the cuff. And then I changed to a smaller needle. So anyway, so I have a little more ribbing in the round in like a tiny circumference as a little soul draining, but I will get it done. And then I will start the other one tonight because I really want to get this sweater done for him. It's like snowing outside today, buckets, and I know he would have loved to have worn this, but it's kind of pointless without sleeves. So anyway, and this is knit out of Knit Picks Wonder Fluff in the green and the cream. I'm not sure what the colors are, but it's super soft and it's very squishy. And I knit it with a size 9 needle, which I think is smaller than they recommend because I just wanted it to be nice and squishy and not super airy and floaty. Another sweater, now you haven't seen this yet. This is a sweater I knit a long time ago and I was gonna rip it out and I just put it away because I was sad. This is the Camaro by Tanis Fiber Arts. And I already knit one Camaro. I'm wearing it in one of my other episodes. It's like a navy blue and with stripes. And I really loved how that sweater fit me and how it turned out. I wear it all the time. It's one of those sweaters that, you know, it doesn't look like you made it, and that's sort of magical in its own way. But this one, I wanted to do this neon one because I have these, like, all these different, like, kind of neon-y adjacent colors. These are all Madeline Tosh vintage yarns. I know that this is Cosmic Wonder Dust, and I had another sweater in this that I frogged because it was just like, it was like a deep V-neck cardigan and it kept falling off my shoulders. I think I just made the wrong size. So I frogged that and I thought I want to use this yarn because I love it. This gray one, which I have a whole skein of, This gray one, this skate is a mess, is called Nighthawks. It's Madeline Tosh. Where's Nighthawk? Yeah, Nighthawk. And Nighthawk is my favorite painting. It's that painting by Edward Hopper of the people in the diner. It's like late at night. I will try to put a picture in of it. I love that painting. It's so retro and lonely and peaceful, and I just love it. I love old things. But anyway, so I only got this because of the name. It's the power of naming yarn. So anyway, but it's kind of a gray with neons. And then I had this, what I can't remember what this is Deep Stash. This is one of the first, like hand-dyed type yarn. I know Madeline Tosh is like commercial hand-dyed yarn, but that I had ever bought, and I can't remember what it was called. But anyway, so I put these three together. Well, anyway, I did not like how this looked at me. It just ends in a weird place. I don't like the V coming down so low. But I just couldn't rip it out because I think I had already ripped out the top part when I was doing it and done it again. And this happened to me when I did my other Camaro too. But it was worth it because I loved that other Camaro. This one, I was not happy. And so I decided I'm going to not rip this out. I am going to finish it, and I'm going to give it to my daughter, Mary. Now, Mary is only 8 years old, but she is a big little girl. And I think this, I actually had her try this on, and it looks like, you know, it's oversized, but she can grow into it. It'll be a big, comfy sweater for her. She loves the colors. So I'm really excited about that. So I have this one skein of the Nighthawk color, which is the gray. And I'm not sure what I should do for the sleeves because this is what I have left of the, it's a mess. Oh, it's all over the place. Of the Cosmic Wonder Dust color. And I don't even know if I have any left of the other one. Don't see any. But I have all these. This is like the biggest thing I got out of ripping out. Because when you frog a sweater, it's like, I don't know. You get all these little bits and pieces. So I probably have enough to do the sleeves either in the Cosmic Wonder Dust or in the Madeline, or in the, the Nighthawks, or I could stripe them. I don't know what to do. So I have to figure that out. And I also have to pick up the neck because, as you can see, the neck is quite huge. And so I'm going to pick up and knit because Mary hates having a big open neck. So I'm going to have to knit like a lot of ribbing there. But anyway, flushed with victory from the ice cream sleeves. And I'm going to get Teddy's sleeves done. I think after that, I'm just going to continue to be on a sleeve finish along for myself. All right, so I'm going to do that. And I'm promising you because that gives me accountability so that I can't just forget about it. Okay. Oh, I need to update you on my Beauty and the Beast pullover, which is by Megan Reagan out of this book, Knitting with Disney, which I love. Excited to maybe cast something else on out of that book also. I'm still going kind of slow on this, still enjoying it immensely. I think because I'm trying to finish Teddy's green sweater, it's kind of making it hard to work on this one. Okay. So I have finished, I think last time I had just finished Chip, the teacup, and now I am a good way into Lumiere, the candlestick. I'm trying to show you the whole thing. So I think, I think this is going to be so pretty. I know it looks all scrunchy right now, but when I block it, I'm sure it will all block out. When I do color work, I know that a lot of people do color work like they hold one color in one hand, one color in the other hand, or some people even have like a ring or something that they thread their colors through and they like do their fingers weird. I cannot do that. I don't know. I am a thrower, like not even like a yarn tensiony, like I hold it across my fingers kind of. No. I grab the whole string of the yarn with my whole big hand and I put it around. So when I knit color work, I just put one down, pick up the other one, do it, put that one down. So it's not super fast. It's not a fast process for me. I could not do this for a living and make any money. But, I don't mind. I am not knitting color work every day of my life. So, I'm so excited about this sweater. And it'll be interesting in the next chart is the clock, and they only have the clock face. And I want to do Cogsworth, the mantle clock. So I'm even thinking they just have the round like in brown, and then the clock face. I'm even thinking about doing his little gold hat he wears. So I'm going to change that chart a lot. I'm going to do a pendulum and a brown like little body. So that's going to be interesting. And then I'm going to change the next chart to the Mrs. Potts because she's my favorite. And I want her to be big. So still working on that. A little bit of dream knitting. I was telling you about the Very Hungry Caterpillar yarn that I had from Southern Storytime, because I showed you my new yarn last time. That was Goodnight Moon inspired. So now I have, I just want to show you the Very Hungry Caterpillar. This is the book. And this is the Very Hungry Caterpillar yarn that is from Southern Storytime. And it's a sock set, so it has this red mini with it. And because of his little red head, which I think is so cute. So I'm planning to knit a baby sweater for this, for Grady, for my baby. I hope one skein is enough because he's getting big. Well, he's 9 months now. Yesterday was his 9-month birthday. So, but I think what I'll do is I'll knit the cuffs and all the ribbing out of this red, and just the body of the sweater. And I'm planning just to do a flax light, good old flax light fingering weight sweater. So that is some dream knitting that I have coming up. The only thing I'm worried about is you can't have too many fingering weight sweaters going because that just wears you out. It's just slow going, and it's a baby sweater though, so that's good. So I'm hoping that won't take too long. I want to do a little mouse book report. I read this book. It was very cute, very silly, and just funny and easy to read. Obviously, it's a kid's book, but I really enjoyed it. I got this for Christmas from my mother-in-law. And I also got this one from her for Christmas, and I read this one also in the Antarctic. And this was very cute and silly also. And I'm trying to collect these Marjorie Sharp books. I'm really interested to get one. The Rescuers was the first one, and then Miss Bianca. I already had those two. The next one is called The Turret, which sounds sort of ominous for some reason. And I'm just wondering if that has a different feel to it. So anyway, those were my mouse books that I most recently read, and they were very good, and I liked them. So now, now for my exciting announcement. I am opening a yarn shop on Etsy. I'm so excited. It's going to be called Mystery Mouse Yarn Company. And hopefully by the time I post this, it will be live on Etsy. So you can just search Mystery Mouse Yarn Company. If I can, I'll put a link to it. I have been wanting to do this for a couple years, probably almost as long as I wanted to do a podcast, but I am not someone to rush into things. And but my husband really encouraged me. He kind of pushed me, and he helped me do some of the more technical things, which I'm so thankful for. And I finally am starting. So I'm really excited. So I wanted to show you some of my inspiration and some of my yarn, and I hope that you will check it out. And I promise that this podcast is not going to be just a giant commercial, because I have lots of other knitting and other yarn dyers that I enjoy, and just commercial yarn too. And but I'm happy to be able to show you what I've been working on. This is something I've been working on. So first of all, I am starting out with two kind of collections. One inspired by my very favorite author, Agatha Christie. This is her autobiography. If you have never read Agatha Christie's autobiography and you love Agatha Christie, read it. You will love it. It's not one of those depressing autobiographies where you're like, oh, I wish I didn't know all that about this person now. Sometimes that happens. No, this is a good book. It's like, I don't know what it is about Agatha Christie's writing. I read my first Agatha Christie book when I was 10 or 11, so I was pretty young, and it blew my mind. It blew my mind. It was Murder in Mesopotamia, which is not even a famous one, and you know, it's kind of slow going, but I was used to reading old books. I just like old books, and I grew up in old books and stuff, and so, you know, I slogged through, but when I got to the ending, to the twist, I was like, what? It was amazing. You know, it was so worth having to read the entire book. And I remember when my youngest brother, Paul, was growing up, like when he was in high school, every summer I would give him a list of books to read and like make him read them, because I'm the big sister, you know. And so one year I put Agatha Christie books on there. I don't remember what it was. A couple of my favorites. And he was the same way. It was like, what? And it was totally worth it to read the whole book. So anyway, Agatha Christie. So this is my first collection. I want to show you. So I have dyed a skein of yarn to go with Agatha Christie's autobiography. I hope the colors are coming through. I have no idea. It's snowing outside and I'm losing my light. So, but this is called Agatha. And I have this on two bases. An 80-20, this is the 80% merino wool, 20% nylon. And I also have it on a 75-25. And this one turned out a little bit lighter, but they're just like a light purple with brown speckles. And I thought it went really well with the book cover. It was exciting when I dyed this, because it was the first thing that I dyed that came out like I was trying to make it come out, and that was exciting. So anyway, so these are called Agatha. I do not have one of those nice skein winders yet. If anyone knows what those are called and where you can get them, you know, those hooks that are like attached to a little motor. I probably don't need one yet, but I'm hoping to get one. I'm hoping to need one eventually. So this is called Poirot. Poirot is obviously one of Agatha Christie's main detectives. And in the books it says that he has cat green eyes, so I made it green. Doesn't hurt that green is one of my favorite colors. I love this color. It's like a deep spruce, like a blue spruce tonal. So this is Poirot. The Mysterious Mr. Quinn. I love this. These are short stories by Agatha Christie. And my brother found this in a thrift store, and I begged him to give it to me. It's not a first edition or anything, but it's like a second edition. So who knows if it's worth anything. But it's it says second printing, April 1930. So I think this is the year it was originally printed. So anyway, the Mysterious Mr. Quinn. This is the Mysterious Mr. Quinn. It's like a mysterious stranger who shows up, and they always have like something like a stained glass window shines on him, and it looks like he's wearing all the colors of the rainbow. But of course he's not, because that would be weird. back in those days. And I'm going to do this as a sock set. This bright blue. The Mysterious Mr. Quinn. And then I have a mini set. This mini collection. So I have Agatha, Miss Marple, which is a bluey purple, and Miss Marple has china blue eyes, so that's why I did blue. Poirot, Mysterious Mr. Quinn, and this is Tommy and Tuppence. It's like a tonal gold. Tommy and Tuppence are some of my favorites also. So this is the Agatha Christie mini skein collection. And oh, one last thing. I have this, I only have 2 skeins of this, but this is on a wool silk blend yarn, a DK, and this is called Death on the Nile. I think Death on the Nile is my favorite Agatha Christie book. So I wanted to do that. So I think this is a beautiful, like, watery Death on the Nile color. So that is only available on this space right now. My next collection is inspired by Brambley, Hedge, which is my mouse book for it this time also. These are beautiful stories. They have beautiful illustrations. They're British, of course. And I just love them. Look at this. So pretty. So I wanted to do a collection based on Brambley Hedge. This is my favorite illustration in the whole book. I don't know why. I just love it. It's so soft and spacious and interesting to look at. So I have a mini skein collection of Brambley Hedge, and I have not named all these colors yet. This will probably be like Bluebell. This is like a beautiful minty green. This looks to me like the autumn stories, all the leaves. I think this is going to be crabapple. What I love about these pictures is that there's a lot of pastel, and then there's these pops of red. You have lots of apples and berries. It's so pretty. Very pale tonal pink. And a pink with speckles. This reminds me of the wedding in the spring story. So these are my Brambley Hedge mini collection. And I have one main color, which is the red crabapple color. And so those are all the Brambley Hedge yarns. Oh, I forgot to say the Poirot color is going to be a sock set with this black, this tonal black. It's got like undertones of kind of a creamy yellow and some spots. This is for his mustache, his very famous mustache. So I think these would make really cute socks, like for a man, really cute man socks. I have one last thing, which is my Mystery Mouse signature sock set. So this is inspired by my Mystery Mouse mascot. His name is Arthur Cardigan. It's Teddy made for me. Also, you'll see on my logo, I have this little mouse drawn. Teddy drew that for me also. He's 13 and very talented. And so this is inspired by him. So I have a tonal gray, a silvery gray, and a red and green mini, 20 gram mini. And this is also all on the 80-20 base. So that is my yarn that I'm going to have in the shop. I am so excited. Please come and check it out. Please let me know if there's something that you would like me to try to dye for you. I am not an expert at all. I'm just a beginner, but I'm working really hard to learn and to experiment, to push myself a little bit. If you want a sweater's quantity of any of the colors, you can always email me. I'll have a contact me link at my shop. And I have lots of stuff still to do. I need to get an Instagram account connected with the shop and all that kind of stuff. So I'm sure I will be letting you know about that when I can. But for now, I guess I will talk to you later. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please comment, like, subscribe, all those things. And I'll see you next time. Bye.